Hey folks, Friday, July 25th. It's a red day. We're down $102 from this morning trading. First stock is OWG. It had moved up and I had drawn some lines, had some expectations. And at this point, I thought that for certain that it would move higher. So we went ahead and jumped in. And of course, this is pre-market, pretty early at 4:30 West Coast time. But as you can see, it wasn't moving. And it was it wasn't as bad as it had been in prior days in pre-market and the open, but I think I took some bad trades, and I really need to learn from them. But stick around till the end. I have a surprise for you guys, and something that happened to me specifically, and something that you'll want to see, and it is the reason why we trade, why we don't give up, why we don't feel depressed when we lose. It's okay to feel depressed, but we don't. We need to get back on the horse, and it'll be interesting to see towards the end. I had an opportunity not only to recover everything I had lost, but make even more money. And but that's the way things go. So let's look back at what we're doing here. Obviously, here the stock didn't go as high as I hoped it would. See a long candle wick there. I'm holding because I'm hoping, and not on technicals anymore. And of course, once it hits that low, it's too late. You got to sell out because you can't hold. Bio popped up, and I was green on this trade, but it's just a small win, not that much. And I was skeptical because of those wicks that I saw up there. It almost looked like a double top there in the middle, but it had good volume and the tickers were moving. Time and sales is now become my primary focus when I'm trading, and I glance at the candle bars, but only to reinforce what I'm seeing in level two and time and sales. So everything I'm looking at here looks good. The volume on the MACD, there's no curving of the MACD down. We have good volume. It's 4:52, so it's been half an hour since I took another trade or so and lost money. Uh, the tick count down in the chart at the bottom, 133 tick count, looks okay. It looks like it's going down, and I'm losing confidence right about now. But all of a sudden, it starts to move a little bit, and what this tells me is that this move, the spread is pretty tight, so that's a good thing. But uh, going from 323 to 317, it sort of told me, well, I don't think this stock has that the strength to go up to 350, 340, or 336 even, which is the last high. But it didn't look like it was dropping too much. And so here's a pullback, and you see there I drew a line there, and maybe the thing would have been to wait for that pullback and then go up, but it starts picking up steam here off of that pullback, and it starts to head out. Now, of course, what I'm thinking here at this point is there's not a big loss. It's just exit on some green, and then come back to do it another day, another time. And now, once it starts to hit up there, close to the higher day, we're looking at the volume bars, we're looking at the MACD, and we're looking at the tick bars. At 325, 326, that's a good win. I didn't take too many shares, but at this point here, it's time to think about bailing out. Excuse me. And once it does this, then there's an opportunity here. Oh, looks, nah, I got out. MCVT shows up in the scene, and this stock, oh, the vein of my existence today, I think? No, I doubt it. It starts moving up with no news, absolutely none. And so while I'm watching it, I mean, for the past half hour that I was watching it move and move, it just didn't instill confidence in me because it had no news. But I drew a bunch of lines there, and you can see that right about 343, I have my red line, which is what I expected it to top out from pre-market. And I drew two orange lines because I thought that was going to be how it was going to trade in between that those two lines. And all of a sudden, it just blew past that double red line, and it's way up there. And here, there's a pullback. And what I did is I got too excited, almost set in, and I took the trade up at 448. And here I'm down quite a few cents, about half a dollar, and that was a mistake. So my it isn't my strategy, but my thought has always been that wait for the stock to hit a level that is high enough to where it's not going to come back down. Take a trade, and then quickly exit and earn some money up at the top. Danger in that is that it falls and it has a issues. So here I bailed out, but then as you can see, it started to go back up again, and so I went back in. But again, there was no confidence, and this stock had this behavior throughout the day, even in the afternoon market, which I did not get a chance to record the afternoon market because I was only there by chance. But here it turned out to be another small loss on MCVT. So then I was excited for anything that popped up, and TROO popped up all of a sudden, started moving, and I had said, well, I'm going to be a little bit aggressive. I've lost money here. This looks positive, and I jump in 200 shares, and as you can see there, it's just a long wick, rejected, and we had to get out, and that one never recovered. ICCM is another low price stock. That, if you look at it, is the exact same pattern: long wick, nice red candle bar, and then it starts moving up. By all indications, it would be that this is moving up, and this is 606 now, getting close to market open. And my thought is, there is always a stock that moves up somewhere between 540 and 615. There's a stock that moves up, and my thought was that it was going to be this one. And look at the pattern. That tail wick, long tail wick, the red bar, two green bars up, and then it just dumps, and it plays over. So I continue to watch it, and it comes back and reclaims. Now here, I realize that that looks like a double, maybe even a triple top, but I'm trusting it that it is very strong because it reclaimed and it is going to come back. It's about to hit the buck 50 mark, and I'm expecting it to shoot up to 180, or close to 180 anyway. That's where I've got my next line, but it looks like it's having issues here. And then you see the older red on the time and sales. So at this point, it looks like people are bailing out and they're going to wait for market open. And of course, now we're down quite a bit of money. And recovery from this, from a loss of 102, isn't far fetched, but for a small account, it is. And all you can try to do is try to crawl back and try to earn some money back and try to reduce the amount. That pattern right there looks perfect to me. That stock should have hit 180. I'm in at 147, and we're hanging there, and there it hits a double top. And it comes back down. Now I continue to hold, still 610, and I'm going to hold it for a few more minutes because, look, so far I'm not too bad. Even though I've lost money here, it's still not too bad. 147. But I don't feel the confidence anymore, and I'm getting ready to start bailing out. But this one's a tricky one. Now, here it's obvious. You see the 133 tick marks moving up with a nice pattern. We see the 5 minute with a nice pattern moving up. But where we see the MACD, we can see that even though the MACD isn't curling totally up or down, the volume is starting to come down. Now there's a nice volume bar there, and the next one starts to look good as well. And 148, 149. So now we're feeling confident. We're thinking, oh, okay, well, it might still move up, but that almost looks like what quadruple top there. And the red bar on the volume on the 1 minute says different, and the 133 tick there reinforces what the time and sales is doing, and it just goes down. So I continue to hold because there might be an opportunity here for it to bounce back up again. But at certain points you have to cut it. You can't make another big loss here and then not having enough money to take other trades to try to recover the loss. So at this point, I'm just not sure it's going to pick up. And sure enough, turns red, and it's time to get out. So another loss, and now we're up to 43 on just this one stock alone, CCM. So SOWG comes back. It's now the open, and it looks really good. I didn't take a trade right off the open because of being afraid that it would come down, and I wait for it to go a little higher, hoping that it'll go into a halt. I've got a my top up there at $2.20, and I'm hoping that the volume off of the open is enough to carry and move this one up. I don't trust it, so I said stop. I've already lost quite a bit of money, so stops are important to prevent hemorrhage. Long wick again. The 133 tick mark is curling up, giving us a nice curl. There's nice volume, and the MACD is moving up. Volume on the 5 is moving up. Everything looks good except not. So then IXHL starts showing some movement. And what I do here is a Hail Mary. To be honest with you, I did not see IXHL for over the past 3 days do anything to cause me to say, oh, this stock is exciting, we're going to do it. The fact that I lost money, the fact that it was sitting right off of its higher day there, caused me to push the button, and that was a mistake because I went against what I had for the past 3 days. Told him tossed around in my head that this stock would just not simply move. So in the afternoon, uh, uh, I'm not feeling down over the loss, but I'm down $102. So I log back in, and I'm logging back in because I'm working on a scanner, and I'm doing some work, and I'm just looking around. And in the background, the scanners are running in the stocks, and MCVT starts to make noise. And this is after hours, and it's about an hour and a half past closing time. My wife comes in and she sits down and we're talking. So I'm not really paying attention. My intent is not to do any trading. However, I began to look, and it looked like it was moving. So I took some trades. You can see there my entries and exits, and I made $18, brought my losses down to 84, but the stock goes to 13. I lose an opportunity to make $350. So like and subscribe, guys. There's always an opportunity, even after hours, with low volume. Uh, this was surprising. Let's look forward to Monday having a good day.